Katha, What's Your Story? A storytelling event by Sugar Medias.
So I'm going to share a story. I want to take you on a journey of a small family of 4. Husband, wife, and 2 sons. Wife, bubbly, lively, her party ki jaan, romantic, everything. And husband, bichara, thoda laid back. Romance to pata nahi kahan hota hai, but expressing his feeling through words and action was also a big task. He was an introvert, पर मैं बहुत चिढ़ाती थी, तुझसे कुछ नहीं होता है. So that was the husband. Or obviously, as all the Mia baby, वो नोक जोक चालू ही रहती थी. You never do anything for me, and you never do anything for me. Now एक दिन husband जी ने बोला, आज तो कुछ ऐसा धांसू करते हैं कि बीवी कभी भी complain ना करे life में. So husband was all set to surprise the wife. So husband comes home, tells wife to get ready, wife and the eldest son, and she had just delivered the second boy. So who was just 4 months old, usko mummy ke yahan drop karke, all 3 of them went. So wife obviously was a little taken aback, ke ye kya ho raha hai, but obviously she didn't say anything, and they went to a friend's house. Now, because she had delivered and she was so busy with kids and everything, she forgot that it was her birthday. So they went to a friend's house and all their friends were there. Everybody welcomed her with a big happy birthday. And the wife was, एक बार में ही बोलती बंद कर दी husband ने. So the wife went inside and all the friends were waiting there. Husband was all set, and exactly at 12 o'clock, birthday cake, favorite flowers, and birthday streamers, snow sprays, and camera. Everything was ready. And that was the moment. Now this was, and being a Gujarati person, this was a typical Tarak Mehta wala, Daya Bhabhi wala thing. Hey Ma, Mata ji, is it real? My husband has done all this? It was like, she was really taken aback. But she just looked at him and she just smiled, which said it all. So everything was set. The son was on one side, the other friend's kids were there, and they began. They lit the candle and they began the song, and the girl started. She blew the candle. The moment she blew the candle, the candle went on again. She blew it again. Fir se wahi hua. So she was like, what happened? And the husband looks and says, magic candle. He was very excited that he has done something like that. So he's like, okay, theek hai, whatever. And in the meantime, there was another friend out there who just took the snow spray bottle out, muh pe, seedha. And she's like, hey, what's happening? But she was just living the moment. She was thoroughly enjoying whatever the husband had done. So she went there without cleaning her face, with that foam on her face. She bent down to cut the cake. And at that very moment, the magic candle lit up. And boom. Wife's face was on fire. And that was actually happening there. So everyone was taken aback with whatever happened. The husband froze where he was. Everything came to a halt. And the only thing that was lit was wife's face on fire. And after a fraction of a second, the wife started screaming, crying, shouting for help. She ran here and there if somebody could help her out. But everybody was in the mode of panic. They just didn't know what to do. And the girl shouted more, started crying for help. But she could hear people saying that blanket leke aao, pani dalo. But nothing was happening because everyone was in that moment that they thought this is not real. So the girl, suddenly, whatever came into her, unexpectedly, her senses took command over the situation. She ran, she put both the kids away, she ran to look for water, and she saw there was a basin right there. She ran there to put her face under the water, but before that, she came face to face with herself in the mirror that was there. She saw Aag Ka Gola. She saw what she actually was going through. And I promise you, I think that sight would not have been something that she would have thought of, or if anybody would want to see that. So she was taken aback. She was quiet for a second, but then she got hold of her emotions, opened the tap, and she put her face inside it, and puss. वो गरम पतीला डालते हैं ना, तवा करके रोटी वोटी, and the sound that comes, it was like puss. And her face, the fire was gone. She turned around, she looked for her husband, she shouted that please take me to the hospital. The husband somehow managed, she got himself back, took her, went straight to the emergency. The doctor looked at the wife and goes, we have never seen something like this. They checked her and they said, this is a 3rd-degree burn. The whole face and the neck was burnt. And the doctor said, we will do whatever we have to do for that, for that couple of moments that we can do, but you have to go to the specialist for this. So then her husband and all the family members, friends, everyone was there and they were just waiting there. And they started cleaning her face. And they have to wear plastic gloves. Those really akru wala, that plastic. And the moment they started cleaning wife's face, it was something that cannot be described. Wife poked her nails into husband's hand. They cleaned. Her heart screamed and the tears rolled down. That was the pain which cannot be described. It was that bad. Finally, the girl was taken back home. She was taken to her mom's house. Everybody was there. The whole family was gathered there. Friends were there. The only person who was not there was her elder son. The elder son saw everything and felt that this is not my mother. She ran off. She said, I'm so scared of her. I'll never come into that room where she is. She went there. Doctor had told them to do a few things. So they kept on applying those cream on the face and everything. Although everyone was there. But still, the girl felt lonely. She was very lonely. She had a lot of pain. She had a lot of questions. She had a lot of fears. And the questions that kept coming to her mind was, will I be normal after this? Will people accept me the way I am? Will my son come back to me? Will my husband be ashamed of taking me out with her? There were many questions, but one big question that kept popping into her head was, why me? किसी और के साथ क्यों नहीं? Why me? And that question kept rolling into her mind throughout the night, with the tears, with the pain and everything. And she did not get that answer. Why me? At least not at that point of time. And that girl is none other than me. Yes, it's me. I went through that. I went through that traumatic experience which no one would even think of. A surprise party turned into a burnt party. This was something obviously the husband did not expect or plan, neither did the wife. This was something which just happened. And when they took them to the specialist, they were very clear that it's a 3rd-degree burn. So we doubt whether she'll get her face back to normal, firstly. Secondly, even if it comes, it's going to be by plastic surgery. But for the time being, they just covered my face, just like Poonam Dhillon and Ye Vaada Raha. Only my eyes and this much lip was open. And that state where I was, I had more questions. Why me? But somewhere in my heart, something told me that everything happens for a reason. There is a reason behind this. The first reason that I found out when I was healing, the first reason was that in all the parties and all the events, the snow sprays and magic candles were banned. Because something which makes your life happy or fun turned out to be a disaster, which people did not realize. So the first thing, those things were banned. Although it just हमारे city तक ही सीमित था, but still I was happy that at least I was that person who helped them to realize this can happen. So that was the first reason I found out. Might be that was the reason. Second reason that I found out is I didn't know that I can think on my toes. I never thought that. I always thought I'm very dependent on my husband or my dad or whoever is next to me. But that presence of mind and especially in crisis, I didn't know I had the strength to face this thing. So I found out I'm strong, which I never thought I was. Thirdly, what I found out is, I believe there is a reason. And for me, the reason was that agar God हमको कुछ खराब चीजें या something happens bad to us, He always gives us that strength to face it. But at that point of time, might be we do not realize what's that. But you need to have that faith in Him. And I feel so proud to say this, that because of the love of my family, my friends, my kiddos who came running to me, and because of the willpower and the faith that I had in God, I got my old face back without a single surgery. Not a single surgery. And according to the doctor, it's a miracle because it was a 3rd-degree burn. So my whole face till here, everything was burnt. Along with my hair also went off. So yeah, and then later on, when I Googled about something regarding this, the burn thing, and I came to know that there are many painful things, but the most painful things are childbirth and you get burnt, and especially 3rd-degree burn. And I went through both in a span of 4 months. But it taught me that you should always have faith in God. So now when I feel low or lagta hai, oh, this is the end of my life and blah, 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 and yeah, those thoughts come. I wouldn't say they don't come. But I have faith in God. So now I don't ask Him, why me? I just say, try me. Thank you.
Katha, What's Your Story? A storytelling event by Sugar Medias.